Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your love snapshot for about the next 30 days. This particular set of love looks is for the water signs, and I will be doing them in the order of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Don't forget to watch the general readings that I do for each individual sign every 2 weeks on my channel as well. And if there is something that particularly resonates with you and you'd like to maybe take a deeper look at something and reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the title or description of this of this video to see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer a pretty wide variety of reading choices, all areas of life, types, lengths, styles, budgets. There's something in there for everyone. And I do readings full time, so scheduling of personal readings is done in a pretty timely fashion as well. So email me if you'd like. All right, let's move right into this love and romance snapshot, or just love snapshot. I'll be looking at it from the perspective of singles and couples as well. So Cancer, let's see what the next 30 days looks like for you for love. I am using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck if you want to know. We begin with the Knight of Wands. Pretty fast, pretty action-oriented. Knights usually represent offers and opportunities for change. A lot of passion, determination, excitement here moving forward. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, well, I don't know, some of you might be getting married or being proposed to. For those of you who are, well, single or coupled or dating somebody. All right, let's take a look at this. So Knights represent offers and opportunities for change, the situation, the speed at which situations move. Knights always have a mission and a quest, something to achieve, something to accomplish. And the Knight of Wands is the Knight of Fire, so he or she is very action-oriented. For those of you who are single, it may be that somebody is pursuing you with that nice, fiery, feisty spirit. It may be that you are going after somebody yourself. Maybe that there are very fast-moving opportunities for you. The Ten of Pentacles is long-term security and stability. Pentacles is governed by the element of earth, which is a more practical energy. It can represent things like money, finance, property, real estate, assets, job, etc., long-term relationships. The energy of earth and the area of our life that earth governs, it's about the things in our life that make us feel secure and stable and solid, and the efforts we put into acquiring and maintaining those things, whether it's actual financial and material stuff, or, relationships that make us feel that way too, or a combination of both. So the 10, we don't go any higher than the 10s with the suits. So the 10 represents the majority of the energy that suit can hold. So the 10 of Pentacles is culmination. It's long-term security and stability. It's reaching a place where you finally feel like you have enough. You're not worried about tomorrow. You're not worried about next week, next month, next year. This can be financially and materially, because the Ten of Pentacles also has a strong connection to home and family money, family business, family property. It's also a card that can represent inheritance or anything around inheritance or the division of estate. And we have the Four of Wands, which is one of the happy home cards. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which has a strong connection to home and family, and the Four of Wands, which also has a strong connection to home and family and friends as well. It's one of the traditional wedding cards of the tarot. It represents originally it was about that anticipatory excitement we feel when we're preparing for a celebration that usually involves family and friends, a celebration of some kind, and the happiness around that. Weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, or just celebrations with home and family. Unexpected blessings and happy surprises are also associated with this card, and typically happening within a couple of weeks. So for some of you, it may be single or coupled. It might be, and this is where I would suggest you go watch the general reading too. It might be that some of you, I'm actually getting a concrete inheritance thing, or there's something coming down to you from inheritance. It might be property, or it might be, money. It might be something of some kind that's come in, maybe rather unexpectedly. I do feel some sense of financial and material abundance coming in for some of you, maybe again quite unexpectedly. Now for others of you, and again, it might be money, it might be property, it might be something of that sort. Others of you, this is, and this is for those of you who are coupled or dating somebody, it might be marriage, a marriage proposal coming in kind of hot and fast here, because that's the Knight of Wands, hot and fast. He's a real mover and a shaker, right? Sometimes, he's known as being kind of a player in the romantic world, but not paired with these cards. It might be somebody who's rushing ahead to offer or accept marriage and stability, or somebody who's really focused on marriage and stability as well. Not just love, but also economic stability. For those of you who are, and it also, for a lot of you, there's some kind of opportunity coming in at some kind of celebration, a social gathering with friends and family. There's some kind of opportunity coming in. Now, for those of you who are already coupled or married or together, it might be that for those of you who are dating, you might be going to a wedding. You might be going to some kind of family celebration of some kind. And there's something unexpected that happens there. For those of you who are single and looking, you may be meeting somebody at this social gathering, this celebration, this party, this wedding, this whatever it is. It might be formal, it might be informal. For those of you who are coupled, it may be that there's some kind of offer or opportunity coming in. I mean, I don't know, one of you might make a really great business contact. So the energy around this is marriage for some of you. Some of you, it's about the home, property itself. You might be moving in together. Some of you might be getting your first home together. You might feel like you've saved enough money to do those things or to get married. Others of you, this is coming in unexpectedly. I mean, these are general readings that we put out, right? So the little details and specifics will vary, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. There's a strong kind of theme here, Cancer, of long-term security and stability coming in. And it's attached to a party, a social gathering of some kind. And there may be a sense of it being unexpected, whether you're meeting somebody new or you're already with someone. And some kind of, you hear of something, I don't know, it's just coming in. Others of you who are coupled, it might be economic security of some kind, whether it has to do with property or just the job itself. Because all of these things affect relationships that are already formed and forming. As advice, as advice, whether you're single or whether you're coupled, it's about getting out there, right? Because both the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands are cards that represent the energy of being out, being action-oriented, being around other people. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see what's in store. Love Snapshot for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, Pisces, we have the Three of Pentacles, teamwork, cooperation, collaboration, getting everybody on the same page to agree. We have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Fire. This is about a lot of action, movement, powerful movement forward. Can be it's one of the traditional travel cards as well. It's about things moving forward powerfully, quickly. Could be Cupid's arrows for some of you, the singles, and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is it's sometimes nicknamed the Wounded Warrior card because it represents somebody who's already been through quite a bit, right? And here they are kind of leaning on, their ninth wand, and you may be feeling discouraged, depressed, or you may just be feeling weary and exhausted just because you've already been through so much. Tens in the tarot represent cycle fulfillment or cycle completion. The 10 holds the most amount of the energy of that particular suit, right? So the 10 of Wands would represent the coming to the end of a long carried burden, or something that's grown to be very burdensome, right? Coming to the end of a journey, right? Well, here in the Nine of Wands, this person is wondering if it's ever going to end, if something's ever going to stop, or they're just feeling kind of, maybe worn out, a bit discouraged. Should I keep going? Should I not? They may or may not realize that they're very close to the end of a cycle that may have been kind of difficult for them. So, for those of you who are single and looking, this is maybe feeling a bit exhausted by the process, trying to find. Here in the Eight of Wands, we're expending an awful lot of energy. And here in the card after that, the Nine of Wands, this person's like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, right? I'm so, I'm looking for another person, I'm dating, I'm on these apps, I'm doing these things, it's, what's going on, it's not working, but you're almost there. The other thing that I want to point out too with the 8 and 9 of Wands is that you can see these new buds, these new leaves that are growing. This is like new growth here. It's not huge, but every single one of them has new growth on it. So I think for those of you who are looking, you are very, very close to finding and connecting with the right partner for yourself. Now, it may be for some of you, the Three of Pentacles is about people working together towards the same thing, or trying to get everybody on the page to agree on something. And that can be in two different ways. It can be actually people collaborating together for a common cause or a common goal. Or it can be like more mediation, like the people aren't really, maybe they don't like each other too much, but they have to like agree on something. So it's about getting people on the same page, right? And there's a sense of being worn out from that. For those of you who are single and looking, again, I'm focusing on you guys first. You may be feeling tired by the process, but you're almost there. And as advice, it also might be, you might want to seek help in doing that. And that could be anywhere from, like singles meetups, conventional kind of meeting groups that are specifically geared towards single people, all kinds of different things. There might be things in your community. It can represent also maybe going to a professional matchmaker, people who, are professionals at like giving you a specific pool of people to kind of meet and, see who you connect with. Some of you may meet people while you're traveling or on a trip as well. Now, for those of you who are coupled, it may be that, these are general readings, right? So the little details and specifics will vary, but the energy, as I always say, fundamentally remains the same. For some of you, you might be haggling with your partner, arguing with your partner, or haggling with your partner over, where to go on vacation or where to go on a certain trip or something of that sort. Because this is all about, it's either trying to kind of come together and agree on how something is going to move forward, and it feels kind of exhausting. Whether how something moves forward is something positive, like you're trying to, maybe you're planning to go on a trip, or maybe you're planning home renovations, or it could be anything really, right? And just feeling like, getting it together is really tough. It might be that you're having difficulty kind of getting together and agreeing, coming together on the same page and agreeing. It may be that you're in agreement on how something is supposed to move forward, but the actual process of it is exhausting. For others of you that are coupled or recently uncoupled or kind of going through a separation or divorce, this might be mediation, just trying to agree on how things need to be, on how things need to be divided or split, all of that kind of stuff. It might be exhausting. Again, whether you're single or whether you're coupled, the advice to you, or the comfort to you, is that you're almost there. You're almost to the end of this particular journey, this particular thing. And it doesn't feel, the challenge here is in the Nine of Wands, right? Because there's so much energy being expended on trying to come together, trying to find the thing, trying to get through it, right? That sometimes you may feel like, is this worth it? Should I keep going? One of the bits of advice in the Nine of Wands is almost always you're almost there. So it's a strong implication to keep going. You're almost to the end of this process. Don't give up now, right? So, yeah. Yeah, basically it's just don't give up. For those of you who are going through, second guessing yourself, or second guessing a partner, or second guessing the process. Yeah. And there's an energy here too of getting help from other people. And this applies to whether you're single or whether you're coupled, is seek, because the Three of Pentacles, it's not a 1, it's not a 2, it's a 3. So it's about, and this card is about partnership, teamwork, collaboration, kind of other people kind of involved in this too, or other people working together. It could even be friends. I mean, it might be an organization, it might be conventional organizations where you might meet people, all the way to getting like actual specific professional help in something. But it's a we energy. It's not a me energy. It could even be friends, right? Friends kind of going, okay, well, let's do this thing, or getting the help and support from the people around you that care and love about you, whether it's issues you're going through as a couple, or whether it's issues and discouragement you're feeling from, trying to find the right partner for yourself. Okay. Now let's take a look at Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love snapshot for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the Hermit. We have the Six of Pentacles, gift giving, gift receiving, offering or accepting help, and the Three of Cups. Your best friends, your kindred spirits, kind of the party card. It also represents positive social connections in your community. It's a little similar to Pisces, actually, Scorpio. It may be that some of you are just isolating too much, right? Because we have the Hermit and the Three of Cups, which can be, it's kind of a tricky combination because it can mean kind of two almost sort of differing things. This can be for some of you that you're, especially those of you who are single and looking, you might be isolating just a bit too much. You might be needing to get out in your community, to check out what's available in your community, with social activities, maybe singles meetups or anything like that. It could be that you need to, friends might be important to you, because this can also be about your tribe, your circle, your best friends, right? Your buddies, right? Your brothers or sisters kind of out there, kind of needing to get out, or maybe seeking some help, or being out with them as well. Both of these cards together as a pair can represent that you're looked at as somebody who is looked up to, that's wise, that has a lot of experience, that has a lot of advice to give. People might be seeking your help and guidance at this time as well. But in the middle of these cards, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is about gift giving and gift receiving, or paying attention to the balance of giving and receiving, meaning resources, right? Giving can be financial, material, it can be emotional. It can be, paying attention to, are things fair, equitable, even? Am I doing this in a balanced, temperate way? And on either side of this are the Hermit and the Three of Cups, which are very kind of differing energies. So for those of you who are single and those of you who are coupled, it may be that you need to take a look at the balance of what's going on in your life. If you're, are you going out too much? Are you not going out enough? I mean, this can be that as well. But primarily, there's a sense here of giving and receiving between you and other people. It may be that you have a hard time giving or a hard time receiving from other people, and that might be affecting your love and romance life, your relationship life, whether you're single or whether you're coupled. It may be that those of you who are coupled, you know, and you're like, well, we never go out, or we never do this, or, you know, it may be that you may need to take a look at, you know, adding or subtracting some of those elements in your life to have a healthier life together. And the same applies for if you're, you know, if you're single and looking. You know, it may be that you need to strike some kind of healthy balance between, you know, having your alone time, especially those of you who may be more the introverted type, you know, striking some kind of balance of being out with friends and out in your community, because for those of you who are single and looking, that's how you're going to meet someone, you know, out with friends, through friends, at some kind of social gathering or celebration in your community. This is how you would meet someone, right? It's pretty clear here. It's kind of about getting out there and maybe accepting some help and advice and guidance from friends as well. I feel like it kind of centers for both singles and couples on the Six of Pentacles, right? Giving and receiving and striking a balance between that, not going too far off on the Hermit side and not going too far off on the Three of Cups side, because a healthy, balanced life has at least a little bit going on in each sort of, I mean, if you look at your life as being a pie, right? And you cut the pie into sections, so there's all these triangles, right? Each one represents kind of an area of life. And, you know, you've got your intellectual pursuits, you have job, you have creative, inspirational, artistic pursuits, you have your social life, and that social life includes, you know, friendly acquaintances, close friends, best friends, and then maybe intimate partners. You have one that's family, you have one that's maybe spiritual or religious. When you have a little something in each pie, that's a healthy, well-balanced life. But even if sometimes, for whatever reasons, there's a slice here that gets ripped out, or something goes away, or something like that, if the majority of the rest of that has all these things in it, then it kind of helps carry you through the more difficult or challenging times, right? So I just kind of went off on a tangent there, but that's kind of what this talks about. It talks about striking a healthy balance with being able to give and receive, maybe financially, materially, emotionally, verbally, advice, support, not isolating too much, and not going, you know, again, striking a healthy balance. For those of you who are single and looking, you may find it difficult to kind of, especially those of you who may be more introverted, you may be finding it a little difficult to kind of get out there or accept help from, you know, friends, etc., kind of reaching out, getting out there. And for those of you who are coupled, I'm kind of feeling the same as well. It may be that the Hermit, along with the Hierophant, can sometimes represent professional people or people who are wise and experienced in whatever area of life you're looking at. We're looking at love here, and it may be that, you know, you might need to seek out the help of somebody to, you know, if you're super shy or you have difficulty going out there, or you feel like you want to, but, you know, maybe you have some hang-ups or issues that need to be worked on, it can actually be seeking help, because I'm getting this kind of sense of giving and receiving from other people and needing to learn how to kind of strike a healthy balance in that, both in a healthy relationship for those of you who are coupled and those of you who are looking for one as well. And for some of you, it can even be getting help and advice from your friends. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. So, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lovely little short love snapshot. Again, if you'd like to take a deeper look at anything or reach out for a personal reading, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that info by clicking the title or description of this video. Don't forget to watch the general readings that I post for each individual sign every 2 weeks. And I hope I see you back here again soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.